Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something, well, pretty fundamental for health. How our own bodies actually manage waste, how they detoxify naturally.
Exactly. We were looking into this, and it's so vital. We all kind of get that we need clean air, clean water around us, right?
Seriously.
Well, the environment inside our bodies is just as important. There was this great analogy we came across. Think of your body's cells like fish in a tank.
Okay, fish in a tank, like a cellular aquarium? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, pretty much. So if the water in that tank is clean, the fish, your cells, they can easily grab nutrients, get rid of their waste, and just, thrive.
Makes sense.
But if that water gets murky, polluted, suddenly it's hard for them to eat, hard to dispose of waste. It affects how well they work, how long they last.
Okay, that paints a really clear picture.
Yeah.
So how does the body keep that internal water clean? What's the system?
That's where these things called inventorios come in. Fancy word. But it just means the organs that are designed to expel toxins.
Inventorios. Got it. The body's cleanup crew.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And we're going to focus on 4 main ones today, based on what we've been digging into.
All right, lay them on me. Which organs are we talking about?
We'll be looking at the intestine, the kidneys, the skin, and the lungs. Each one has its own unique job in this whole detox process.
Okay, 4 key players. Where should we kick things off?
How about we start with the intestine? The gut. Seems like a major pathway for getting rid of stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. That's where waste elimination really gets going, right? Through feces.
Exactly. Its main detox role is binding up toxins and moving them out in stool. And there's some really practical stuff we can all do to help it out.
Good, let's get practical. What helps keep the intestine working smoothly for detox?
Well, one of the most basic things, surprisingly overlooked sometimes, is having a regular rhythm. Actually listening to your body's signals.
It signals to go.
Yeah. When you get that urge, it's important to actually, go to the bathroom. If you keep putting it off, ignoring it, you can actually mess up that natural connection, that communication within your digestive system.
Right, like your body stops sending the signal as clearly if you ignore it enough times.
Precisely. So respecting that urge is step 1. Maybe even trying to set aside a specific relaxed time each day can help establish that rhythm.
Okay, consistency. What else? You mentioned eating calmly earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eating calmly seems simple, but think about how many of us rush through meals stressed out.
Guilty as charged sometimes. Why is calm eating so important here?
Because digestion starts in the mouth.
Right.
When you're relaxed and chew your food really well, you're setting the stage for much better digestion further down.
Okay.
It helps prevent things like gas, heartburn, stomach pain, and ultimately it supports a better rhythm for bowel movements too. It's all linked.
So, slow down, chew your food. Got it. What about what we eat? Fiber, I assume?
Absolutely. Fiber is huge for the intestines. We're talking lots of vegetables, fruits, especially the ones that are kind of medium to low on the glycemic index so they don't spike your sugar too much.
Right.
And whole grains, legumes, they all add that bulk, that sort of scrubbing brush action to help move waste through.
So load up on the plants. Makes sense. And hydration. Always comes back to water, doesn't it?
It really does. And the intestine is surprisingly sensitive. Even being a little bit dehydrated can slow things down significantly.
Really? Didn't realize it was that direct.
Yeah, it makes it harder for waste to move along, harder to eliminate those toxins properly. Often leads to constipation, which is basically the opposite of good detoxification.
Okay, so message received. Regular schedule, eat calmly, lots of fiber, stay hydrated. That's the intestine sorted. What about the kidneys? Their job is filtering blood, making urine.
Correct. Kidneys are like the body's super filters. They pull waste products out of your blood and package them up into urine to be flushed out.
And I'm guessing hydration is key here too.
You guessed it. Absolutely critical. Without enough water, the kidneys just can't filter efficiently.
So how much water are we aiming for? That 8 glasses a day thing.
The general guideline is often around 2 to 3 liters a day. But, it's individual. Depends on your activity level, the climate, your health.
Right, not a one-size-fits-all.
Exactly. But aiming for that range is a good starting point for most people.
Any tips on how to drink it? Timing matter.
Yeah, some sources suggest having a glass first thing in the morning is great, and then sipping throughout the day, preferably between meals, not so much with meals.
Why between meals?
The idea is you don't want to dilute your digestive juices too much while you're trying to break down food. Helps with absorption too.
Interesting point. And what about the water itself? Temperature, quality.
Good questions. Interestingly, there's advice against drinking very cold water consistently. Room temp, or slightly warm, might be gentler on both the kidneys and the intestines.
Mm,
And water quality, yeah, that's important too. If your tap water isn't great quality, using a good filter is definitely recommended.
makes sense. Are there other drinks that help the kidneys out?
Oh, for sure. Things like clear broths, soups, warm drinks, herbal infusions, they all count towards your fluid intake and can support kidney function. They often have a gentle diuretic effect.
Helping flush things out.
Exactly. And green tea came up specifically as being beneficial. It's packed with antioxidants, which is great for overall kidney health.
Green tea. Okay, I like green tea. So good hydration, maybe not ice cold, consider filtering, and some supportive drinks like broths and green tea. Got it. Next up, the skin. How does skin detox? Sweating.
Bingo. Sweating is the skin's main way of pushing out certain toxins. And the cool thing is, we have a lot of influence over how much we sweat.
True. So how do we encourage this? Exercise, obviously.
Yep, exercise number one. Anything that gets your heart rate up and makes you sweat, running, brisk walking, dancing, cycling, whatever you actually enjoy doing.
So my sweaty workout is doing double duty.
It absolutely is. Consistency is key. Finding something you like and sticking with it.
What about saunas? Are they helpful?
Very helpful, according to the research. Saunas really induce sweating. Some even suggest alternating sauna time with cold showers or even a quick ice bath, if you're brave.
Whoa, okay. Intense. Why the hot and cold?
That contrast is thought to really stimulate circulation and kind of boost those detoxification pathways.
Interesting. What kind of nasty stuff are we sweating out specifically?
Well, one thing highlighted was endocrine disruptors. These are chemicals that can mess with our hormones.
Oh, right. Heard about those. They're linked to weight issues, autoimmune problems.
Exactly. Things like BPA, phthalates. Research suggests sweating can be a significant way to help eliminate them. So getting a good sweat on is more important than maybe we realize.
That's really motivating, actually. Okay, last one. The lungs. I think of them for oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. How do they detox?
They also help get rid of other volatile toxins, basically, gaseous products when you exhale, stuff we might breathe in from our environment.
Okay, so not just CO2. How do we help our lungs do that better?
Two simple things, really. First, spend more time outside, ideally in nature.
Fresh air. Makes sense.
Yeah, typically less polluted than indoor air, plus being in nature often encourages, deeper breathing anyway.
Good excuse for a walk in the park or the woods. What's the second thing?
Conscious breathing. Paying attention to your breath, specifically making your exhale longer than your inhale.
Longer exhale. Why?
By really focusing on breathing out fully slowly, you're giving those lighter, volatile toxins more opportunity to actually leave your system. It's an active way to cleanse with your breath.
Huh. Just breathing differently can help detox. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's recap quickly. We've got the intestine using feces, kidneys using urine, skin using sweat, and lungs using our breath. 4 key pathways.
Exactly. And the big takeaway is that keeping that internal fish tank clean is just as vital as keeping our external world clean. And the good news is we can actively support these natural systems every single day.
Right. So we talked about, for the intestine, regular habits, eating calmly, fiber, water. For the kidneys, plenty of good quality water, maybe some broths or green tea. For the skin, getting active, sweating, maybe using a sauna. And for the lungs, getting outside in nature and practicing that conscious breathing, especially the long exhale.
That sums it up perfectly. By supporting these inventorios, we're helping our cells thrive in that clean internal environment.
It feels less like some mysterious detox trend and more about just supporting fundamental body processes. It's actually quite empowering.
It really is. And maybe as people listen, they can think about, which of these areas feels like the easiest place to start, or where might they get the biggest bang for their buck initially.
Yeah, like which one resonates most right now? Maybe start there. Even small changes done consistently could make a real difference to how you feel overall.
Absolutely. It's about those small, sustainable habits adding up.
Great stuff. Really clarifying. Thanks for breaking that all down. And thanks everyone for tuning in to this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.